Hello everyone, hope you guys are doing good. Today I'm going to start a very trending and hot topic, which is very trending in the market right now after coming this generative model, which is called LangChain. But before getting started, I just wanted to introduce myself. My name is Rajesh Thakur. I am working as a lead data scientist and researcher. And yeah, this is our topic for today's session. And again, this topic is not going to end in a single 1 or 2 or 10 videos. It will take a long session, and I will try to cover each and every part of this LangChain framework. What is the LangChain and what are the components are there? What are different modules are there? We'll do the hands-on coding, and also at the end of the session, we'll give you the each and every line of code over the GitHub. You guys can download that code from there, and you can do the make your hand dirty on top of it. So this is not only the theoretical concept, it's more than theoretical will be there, and as well as we'll try to cover as much as practical which we can do, and also we'll try to show you some kind of problem statement, what are the things we can solve with these things. So all the sort of things we will take care of this. Okay, so before getting started, so let's welcome you guys to this course. Again, I'm saying it's complete course, complete playlist I will try to cover. So it will take some time to, I'm just going to start. So in this lecture, what we will give you the brief overview of the course and how it relates to the LangChain, and then we will dive right into the coding component with the LangChain. So why LangChain? LangChain is just a framework. Framework, again, I'm saying, just to who doesn't know about the framework. Framework is not about the coding and kind of thing. Framework is set up certain rule which organize to make your task easy. You know, it means it focus on few things like code reusability and component interpretability and integration between the components, all the sort of things we will see. So LangChain is a framework for developing an application that are powered by the large language models such as OpenAI, ChatGPT, GPT 3.5, GPT-4 model, or Google Fluent T5, Palm 2, and Gemini, all LLMs, whatever different LLMs are. It's not about the only GPT type of model. It's all the generative model, all the large language model. We can integrate with this LangChain. And the framework does this through the use of the modules, and also sometimes people used to call it as the component. We'll talk about what are the different components are there inside of LangChain. So why LangChain? The best way to understand the benefit of the LangChain is to understand this component and how to work together to make it easier to build robust LLM-based application. Let's explore the main ideas of the module in relation to this course. So this is the screenshot I have taken from the official website of the LangChain. I will show you in the next upcoming session what are the different official website I'm going to use, and also I will share with this presentation what are different website I'm going to I'm just taking the reference to make this video. So this component, if you can see the component and module, there is a different modules are there which we are going to discuss in coming session. So first module or component, you can see model input output, data connection, chain, memory, agent, callback, and evaluation. Again, each and every component is important in the LangChain. So if you are very beginner, then if you are trying to jump into directly the coolest part, which I believe this is the very coolest part of this LangChain framework, which is called agent. And also I would request you like chains. These are the two components very coolest as I found. But I would say go through the sequence that will help you to make your understanding clear. Okay. And the prerequisite for this course, you should know the basic of Python or JavaScript or TypeScript. These are the different language, but I will cover this framework with the Python. So any of the language you should know. And yeah, if you were knowing about the how the ChatGPT, OpenAI work, APIs are working, that will be much better. But we'll cover in these things. Okay. So this is the LangChain documentations which I used to refer. One is for Python, another is for general documentation. This documentation, whatever PPT you are seeing, I just took the content from there and I'm just make the presentation. And if you are from the JavaScript or TypeScript, then follow this documentation. And yeah, this is the component which I was talking about. LangChain, different component. Number one, model input output, data connection, chain, memory, agents. Okay, these are the different components are there which we will talk in depth. Okay, so LangChain, number one component, which is called model input output. Model input output focus on basic LLM input and output, and this replicates a lot of the functionality already present in the default APIs, such as the OpenAI API. LangChain advantage, what are the different model input output is standardized, allowing you to easily switch between the LLMs in the future and supports both text completion API and chat interface API. I'll talk about what are the text completion and what are the chat interface APIs. We'll discuss these things in upcoming session in depth. Okay. Next component and next module, you can say data connection. So every large language model needed some data, right? So that what are the different way with which we can integrate the data with our any kind of large language model. So data connection focus on the connecting an LLM model to the data sources such as your own documents or vector store. You can consider ChromaDB. LangChain advantage, easily swap the vector stores ChromaDB, integrate with the many different data sources to create a standardized documentation object from the variety of the sources like CSVs, PDFs, AWS, Google Cloud. Okay, AWS S3. Yes, we can integrate that part as well. I'll show you all the documentation, all the APIs, what are the things we can integrate and how to integrate all the sort of things. I'll give you the brief ideas as well, and I'll try to cover some of the famous cloud platform like AWS and PDFs, all the sort of thing. But I will give you the idea as well how you can integrate. If you later tomorrow you want to integrate with the Microsoft Azure or Google Cloud, then how to integrate those part. Okay, then chains is very much important. So in LLM, sometime what we prefer, like sometime we need some output from the one section, one component, and that output we are going to consider as an input for the another component. If we have the requirement like this, within we can use the chain. So chain allow you to link the output of one module to be the input of the another module call. And LangChain advantage, easily chain together different LLM call to separate out work between model, allowing you to swap the LLMs in the middle of the chain easily. And then coming to the important part, it is also one of the important component of the LangChain, which is called memory. So in any kind of generative model, whatever we are considering, in that case, what I found, memory is very much important, because what I am speaking today, tomorrow I have to start from there. Then I have to remember some point what I have discussed today. Then only I can start from that point where I am leaving. I'm going to leave today, right? So if I'll not remember, then might be the conflict between the course will come, right? So memory is the very much important. So memory allow your model to retain the historical context of the previous interactions. LangChain advantage, easily save the historical conversation or result from the LLM or chat model and reload them for the future use. Next, which I personally like of the LangChain component, which is called agents, and it is again a powerful component, and it required all the previous component which I have discussed so far. So agent are the most powerful part of the LangChain, utilizing models, data connections, chain, and memory. Agent can use tools to reason through requests and perform action based on the observational output. So LangChain advantage, create an agent and custom tool with a very few line of code. And thought to keep in mind about the LangChain, user new to LangChain may find themselves confused or frustrated because they only interact with one module and sometimes miss the larger picture of how they interact. So I also, before making this course, like I was also using the LangChain for my business requirement, and I just jumping into some particular component, I integrated those components, and I was very happy. But later on, I found I was missing the large picture of the LangChain, which is very much relevant and which helped me to make a deep dig into this framework and help me to make a robust application. So I would request you, don't make the same mistake. Go through the each and every component of the LangChain so you can understand the depth of this framework and you can integrate, you can build this framework from the scratch. So this course is meant to guide you step by step to see how all the modules work together, meaning you will want to take the course in order and don't just jump straight to agent, even though they are very cool. So I clearly mentioned I did it this mistake. So I would request you, you guys should not do this kind of thing. So I think it's well enough for this understanding about this framework. I think we can kick towards the starting this complete journey. And yeah, without getting delay, let's start the journey in the next video. Meanwhile, thank you for this.